Hello, I'm back again with my Re-Uyel campaign. If you remember in the last episode, we took over some of the isles in the Gulf of Glass and Sea of Echoes, and that gave us a lot of claims to use to continue our mission tree. So again, I'm going to look at continuing our missions and what we need to be looking towards doing. So still have to build the fort here once I finish. I could actually build this now, and hopefully he doesn't delete it again. And then I need to get loyalty higher on all of my estates, which is not going to happen for a while. They all really dislike me, but it is what it is. Um, I need to take these two provinces here. I need to take this province from Earlium. I need to build a cathedral and a counting house here. Um, oops, that is not what I wanted to do. Does not have either, so we can start with that. It needs to be 30 development, which it almost already is. I can actually do local development cost here. It is not local development cost. And then I will, again, the goods produced and construction cost. And then I will develop it like that. So now it's 30 development, and then I just need to build the buildings. Unfortunately, the autonomy here is crazy. Which, speaking of autonomy, I'll lower it everywhere. The autonomy in my provinces is so high because of my low crown land for a lot of the campaign. Eventually, we can fix that. Hopefully. But this is kind of crazy. I was not expecting it to be this high here. I guess it's the elven populace that is create. Oh, and there's also orcs and goblins here. That's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna recover my manpower a bit from fighting those wars. Don't need to take adamant tech yet, thankfully. Can actually look at expanding infrastructure in a few of my bigger provinces with my admin, which will increase my revenue and manpower and whatnot. And yeah, we're gonna hang out. When this truce ends soon, we will fight them for our claims. Don't need to take any more than our claims, really, but yeah. Should look at maybe considering rebuilding our navy, which got devastated in the last war. That was really bad foresight on my end when it comes to I don't know why I'm spying here. Really bad foresight when it came to the navy. Of course, I was never going to win that war navally, and I declared it anyways. But luckily, they let us get onto their island and get onto the war goal. But that was a pretty decently sized oversight. I'll take Miltech 9 ahead of time for the innovativeness. And yeah. Looking here, these disasters are still ticking. It's kind of unfortunate. But it is what it is. Eventually my estates will love me. In time. I could sell Cronland so it ticks a little bit slower. But I really would appreciate lowering autonomy in my lands a bit. And then built that. So now it's time. I'm going to build this one, and then I will build the House of Worship here as well. And then my truce is up very soon. Admin technology I could take, but it's not going to give me innovativeness, so there's no reason to take it ahead of time. I should look into boosting my stability. I do have a stability cost guy, so I'll actually just take a loan, hire the stab cost guy, and then My missions say I stab up twice, so I will eat the pain and get to stability. And then I need to convert these provinces. What is this? Oh, this is for the magic incident, I think. Sure. Move in search of the Magi. Or the Magi. To reclaim our lost knowledge, we must send an emissary to those who still bear it. And now, finally, our messengers are ready to depart to the depths of the Salahat, where the Zalafazil dwell. This famous tribe is known for their Magi and arcane, or Magi, and arcane knowledge. And to ensure we can contact them, we have not only gathered a large group of men and supplies, but we have also hired caravanners, experts in the logistics of this type of trip, and even a member of the Zal Yazker tribe, who will guide us to the lands of these reclusive nomads. The clergy are uneasy with our decision, and several of the most venerable elves that dwell in our country have even started speaking in public, accusing us of being dangerous and irresponsible. Interestingly, several younger elves have approached us, curious about our endeavor. But regardless of elves or clergy, today our Grand Moras watch the caravan set off, and with luck they will return with the last remaining human Magi of Bulwa. And I will gain Republic Tradition. Our truce has ended, and they allied our ally, which is a bit unfortunate. I might have on a favors store that I can ask them to break the alliance. Favors. How many favors do I have? Not enough. I could ask them to reduce opinion and see if that will maybe stop them from coming. It does not. That's okay. I think I fight this anyways. They are Miltech 6. Okay, I don't care. Recall my diplomat. And start the war. And then from here... Yeah. From here, I will bring my galleys over. And... What did I even declare? Oh yeah, I declared for their capital. Duh. And then in this war, I will take my claims of these 2 provinces and these 3 provinces. I could take more, like their coastline, but that's a bunch of AE and doesn't really do much for me. Well, look at the states here. Maybe, since I'm taking that, take this. Maybe I'll take something like this. That's fine with me. And we'll just speed fire through the siege. Okay, we finished the siege of the capital and got the war goal. So now, finish the mission. We'll read that. Where is it? Restore the Akbar library. The story goes that long ago a man asked for infinite knowledge from the genie Bassam, the Emancipator. But alas, his feeble head could not contain an infinite amount of knowledge, but prior to his death he was able to share some of his newfound knowledge with his disciples, who went on to build the great library in Akbar, which has survived a millennia of catastrophes. While this might lead to a belief that the building is indestructible, it still has been ravaged in the recent chaos of the Goblin Exodus. All over the building, one can find signs of damage from battle. Some texts have not been maintained properly and decayed, foundations are broken in certain places due to age, some structures have simply fallen into disrepair. Let us attempt to restore this great library, our cultural heritage, to its proper glory, so that it can stand 1,000 years more. And that gives us tech costs until the end of the game. That is very, very good. And then I'll send my armies over here to push back their push into my vassal's land. And I'll actually, if they're too afraid to fight me, I'll find his capital, which is... here it is. And I will bring these troops down here as well. My siege can't really be interrupted. They're only Miltech 6. I'm not really afraid at all. I'm Miltech 9, I think. Yeah, so I'm not really worried about this at all. From him, money, war reps. I finally have enough Republican tradition that I can consider taking, improving my guy. Military leader died, that's okay. I have finished another mission. Restore Baal Ord. While boasting of a proud history, one even prouder than Azgazal Aska, Baal Ord is now a shadow of its former self, a ruin with crumbling walls and weak foundations. The current state of Baal Ord is a sorry one, but so too is the state of affairs for the Ordi people. Despite its visible decline, we nonetheless must thank Baal Ord for safeguarding what little remains of the Ordi after the Goblin Exodus. As such, we should strive to rebuild and keep a state that has not been seen since the migrant fleet arrived on the shores of Halkan. Re-erect old towers and rebuild into a shining castle to reinvigorate the Ordi people and show them that we are their saviors and not oppressors. And that gives us some manpower and our provinces. I'm a psycho, so I'm going to barrage the fort because I hate sieges. We can argue that this game is all about sieges and whatnot, but I just hate them. Okay, the Zalfazil arrived to Re-Uyel. Yeesh, can't speak today. The people of Re-Uyel were anxiously expecting the arrival of the Zalfazil. The wise men and women entered the city by main gate dressed in colorful robes and with their heads covered by black veils. The royal guard escorted them to the palace, preempting any conflict between the Magi and clergymen. The leader of Zalfazil was an old man with a soothing voice and an ancient staff of twisted bronze. The others referred to him as the man Magi, the teacher of Magi, and he came personally from Omizbar, the legendary lost city where the Zalfazil live. In response to her message, and he offers to teach the secrets of the ancient Bulwari magic to our citizens. But before he can respond, the Khazra and a group of priests entered the room, demanding the expulsion of the Zalfazil, while threatening our Grand Maras as a heretic and lawbreaker. Let's see here. An all power cost or a really good general? I'll take the all power cost guy because he's cheap. And all power cost is just a very good modifier. And then we're chilling. And then I will just quickly start a little bit of a carpet siege. Renew my loans. More separatists on the Gem Isles. They will always be separatists there over and over again. And then this should be enough to get what I want. Nope. He's very happy. That's okay. He doesn't have many forts. So I can split these stacks and start a bigger carpet on unprotected provinces. Bunch of golden arrows. No edict. And then I can take... Could take the admin tech, but I'm just gonna wait again. Why is he a harsh negotiator, a fierce negotiator? No. Why does he only let me take... Okay, that's annoying. Just keep carpeting his country, I suppose. Okay, what about now? Yep, I'll take war reparations and money, and I'm okay with just that. And then from you, I want this and money. This can come back onto the capital. These troops can reconvene here. And then do I have any bank loans to repay? I have a bank loan to repay, and the rest of the money can be spent on some buildings. Can I restore holds or anything? Can't do it because I have Rebel Army. And then this can come here, and then here. Okay, I'll be taking this. And then... Land. Why am I getting a plutocratic coup? I can just call the state. And do reduce overextension. And this can come here. And I finished the mission. Conquer Biazar-Tanse. Both Baharkan and Biazar-Tanses can claim descendant to the same ancestor. Amarian of Emulises. These names in this area are very hard for me. The two houses split with the birth of his sons Bizartan and Elatar, who in turn have formed their own dynastic lines. These two lines, the children of Bizartan and Elatar, have clashed with each other ever since, claiming that they deserve to rule over both kingdoms. With Baharkan gone, the threat of Elatar's children is as well. We now have only one royal threat left, the children of Bizartan, and that gives me claims. Okay, proposal from the Chosen. The Zalfazal have started the training of potential candidates in the arts of magic, despite the objections of the clergy. For their safety, 2 regiments of the Royal Guard have been assigned to protect the small encampment of the Zalfazal outside the city walls. Some of the younger elves have been interested in the Mazin Se Magi. Most of them were born after our country achieved independence, so they are more inclined to support our cause. Despite the current strain in our relationship, we treat the Chosen with all the respect and dignity that their position deserves. Human rule is the only one they know. One of those elves, a young mage named Verena Thiranzir, and his fellow apprentices spoke about our endeavor with their old teacher. He approached us with the intention to help us, saying that in his youth he worked with several human magi before the madness took control of Jexus. He spoke with some of his colleagues, and they agreed to help us, but with one condition. Humans will never be full-fledged mages. Instead, they'll be perpetual apprentices of the Sun Elves, studying as their pupils under strict supervision. They see this restriction as necessary to avoid the increasing unrest of the clergy and some conservative elements in the Bulwari society, both elven and human. While the clergy still does not approve of our endeavor, the Bulwari burghers and the elven nobility are starting to see human magi as a useful tool in protecting and furthering our own interests. I mean, I think that, humans should be allowed to be mages. So I will do that. Humans should be allowed to be mages. and these disasters pop up again. They'll pop up over and over again until I reduce my influence of my estates. That's okay, it happens. I can get rid of this spy network, and then I can look at fighting you. That war is going to be a bit annoying, though, but it is what it is. Probably recover my manpower a little bit more first. More rebels. Look at my claims. Commandant has died. I'll get a manpower advisor. Assassination attempt on Nizal Fazil. While the details are not clear, with some contradicting testimonies, it seems that a group of priests tried to hurt or kill some members of the Zal Fazil that went into the temple of Akatbar. The people are angry by the acts of the clergy because the Magi were adherents to the Tayluros' teaching, and were in the company of one of the chosen. A mob was formed and is marching towards the temple. I don't want to lose my stability because it's very expensive for me. And the birth of colonialism. The rediscovery of the elven homeland, Elantir, has heralded a new era not only for the colonizers and the colonized, it has also led the spread of materials and techniques as well as the realization of the vastness of the globe. As animals, crop types, silver, and diseases spread across the Lament, the first steps have been taken towards a truly global economy. With foreign lands and people being mapped and documented, ideas as well as religious and philosophical debate are increasingly being colored by what we have found in overseas societies. Great minds feel the need to question what was once the truth, and from Clearshore to Sarasun, the nature of the world is now up for debate. Kill these rebels. And kill these rebels. Look at my autonomy, see if I can reduce it again anywhere. I can. And as I continue to say, we are in fact chilling. Seize more Crownland. And chill. Look at my boats. I've got some boats here. You can use these to protect trade. And then this is my galley fleet. This is cogs and a heavy ship. I guess I captured a heavy ship. This is another boat that I can use to protect trade. Sure. And this is a galley. More revolts. Where are they this time? They're there. That's unfortunate. Nope, got them before they got their siege. Okay, I'll take my army back. I can upgrade of trade here, and then look towards accepting vultures. and that means that I can convert these provinces. I'll actually put an estate edict here, or a state edict for enforce religious unity here. And here. I just put this here. Is it already all converted? Oh, that province is already all converted. Oops. I don't want to lose my stability. Can create some states. The magic of Bulwar. Bulwar has always been a crossroad of cultures, civilizations, and ideas, and that is reflected in the different schools of magic that are present in our land. The Bulwari have had a long tradition and expertise in the more Gnostic disciplines of divination and conjuration, preserved by the rogue Magi that live in the remote areas of Bulwar, and the reclusive Mazansa tribe of Zal-Fazil. While our future Magi study all schools of magic, we need to decide on which school they will focus based on our country's needs. Let's see here. A vacation of conjuration. I like more idea cost. And then I could look at annexing or signing the annexation of Dartax, but I will not be gaining any dip power. That's okay. Get an army template, and we can look at conforming our second army to the army template once we get a little bit more money and manpower. Lex is no longer a valid rival. We'll do Irlium. There's 50 admin from finishing my estate mission. No, we don't. Okay, and then we can focus on, again, just scaling. Eventually, my autonomy problems should hopefully be fixed, and my income will continue to keep rising. More rebels. Rebels, rebels, rebels. Neighbor doesn't want human mages. Seems that one of our neighbors is concerned about our training of human magic. The Herald of Byzantes, Bizarton says, came to the palace with threats and insults, saying that if we did not send the wizards to Azkabar, they would summon all the nations of Bulwar against us. Obviously the threat is an exaggeration, but some advisors say that we should try to calm them down. I'll just insult them. I don't care what they have to say. I'm not really scared. What are they gonna do? Declare war on me? She said as she's declared war upon. Hopefully that situation doesn't doesn't happen. Okay, it does Amanu, the seat of the Magi. The training of our Magi advances, and our current facilities are becoming insufficient for the project of this scale. Our Magi need specialized libraries, ingredient stores, and alchemical resources, rooms in which to socialize and discuss new ideas, and a place where they can be safe, protected from the clergy and the most conservative elements of Bulwar. So, to do that, our advisors have proposed that we build a facility to cover all of the Magi's needs. The only thing missing is precisely where it should be built. Some members of nobility and burghers have offered us lands and equipment to build the Idozumanu, the Temple of Knowledge. These offers are a double-edged sword because it would allow the estates to increase their influence over the Magi. What should we do? Let's see here. I like giving... I'm kind of conflicted. I like giving my merchants more power for more loyalty, but this isn't going to give me more loyalty. I like the construction costs as well, but I think I'll just take the center of trade. And that's gonna... I'll just exploit some tax. No one has to know. I don't want to take a bank loan. Keep my leader. I probably need to... at some point, stop doing that again, because again, my Republican tradition is so rough. I don't really have any ways of increasing it. Okay, so next I want to fight... Oop, I've got a war. Not my problem, I'm tempted to say. It's just a Berthel Fern, so surely he's got it covered. I want to fight Irlium. I'd be fighting him in Catarata, but I have slight technological advantage. That's the word I'm trying to say. He's got defensive ideas, which will make him kind of scary on the battlefield, but I think that we can fight a war like this. Or I can build up my manpower and do that next episode, which I am somewhat tempted to do. Version successful. The Magi of Re-Uyel. It has been a long and difficult undertaking, full of conflicts and struggles of interest. Today, an entourage arrived at the palace from Idozumanu, and were 100 men and women, the first of Re-Uyel's human Magi. What a glorious day for our country! But it was not the only entourage that arrived that day. The Khazra, the priests and members of the Exemplars, came up with a final offer for our Grand Moras. They will no longer hinder our Magi, but by the virtue of the Jaharian statute on the use of magic, the clergy, not the state, will be in charge of monitoring and controlling the Magi. Our Grand Moras accepted, ending the long dispute with the clergy. Now our ruler contemplates our new Magi, and the great future that they will bring to our country. Sure. Okay, my vassal is set. I'll just pay off his loans. We can see more of the world now, I think. You can see that... I think these are the orcs. Yeah, the forest orcs won their war against the forest elves, for the most part. Do they still follow Dukin? They still follow Dukin, I think. And actually just look. Yeah, they do. It seems like for the most part, the adventurers were successful in Castanor, aside from, or in Escan rather, this is Escan, aside for Bloodgorger and Grombar, and I'm guessing they're allied. They're not. Riveria took over the Dragon Coast, but he's at war with Laurent. Westan took land from Laurent? Or something else happened here. I think these are other countries at game start. But this is kind of strange. Duran's still alive, but Nail's still here. Abertho won against the Knolls. And Jadari is, for some reason, going into Sarha. And we can see the command is going strong. The Mao is pretty large. We've already died in the Denajraj. The Dejenaraj seems to be doing pretty good. And I'm not sure if there's anything else more notable. Bjornik's doing well. Yeah, state of things in the world. Can summon another Diet. Oh, I have Mage's estates now. Let's see here. I can rebuild the temple here, but they destroyed it. And then I want to cast spells now. And I really like plant growth. It just is a big boon to your economy. You see, we gained a few ducats, a lot of ducats of income there. And that was also because of my people are done reinforcing. So yeah, pretty eventful, I guess not eventful, but productive episode. Economy is still strong, or getting stronger at least. Can upgrade my advisors. We took over this region here. We have expanded into the Harpy land, and we are consolidating control over our section of Bulwark. And the episode will probably be ending soon once I finish the annexations of my vassals. Next episode, probably be looking at fighting Irlium and the Keterata. I can lose the money. Money is way more important than stability is. Again, avert your eyes. I did not just exploit tax to avoid taking a loan. It didn't happen. And then I will search for... Wow, again? I guess I'll lose the stability. Look for maybe an ally to help fight this war. I'm not sure if I need it though. I don't care about my adventurer guild. So yeah, this annexation is going slower than I thought it would, so we'll just call this episode here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!